Hi everyone, welcome back to a late night conversion conversations. It's been a long day full of all sorts of fun stuff. One of the things I got to do was set up and host a draft tournament for Transformers the trading card game. We did Wave 2, and this is the first time I opened up and got to play with any physical cards, so I just kind of want to talk through what happened. So here's what I drafted. Um, I've got Autobot Swoop. That was the only card I kept from my initial pulls. I don't really remember what all I pulled as character cards, but I dropped down to him, and I wanted to keep him because he is the rare combiner. He was 7 stars. That actually put me, when we were doing the character draft, I went second after someone who dropped all their cards. But even though I started off second, I did manage to pull a draft of Grimlock. Someone had dropped a Grimlock, so I was really happy with that. And then I pulled a Hot Rod and a Torox. I felt like, with a 4-pack draft, we were following the normal Wave 1 draft rules. Um, I knew I wasn't going to be building up a combiner, but I felt like these two are good, pretty decent cards on their own. I like Swoop's ability. Grimlock's nice and beefy, and then Hot Rod. My idea was when I'm playing these three, Hot Rod takes the damage starting out. He's got Tough in his alt mode, and then when he dies, I can flip him back and forth to kind of deal a damage. In terms of these guys, all I did was flip Grimlock to get him a defense, and then flip Swoop to get him his ability. And in terms of the character interactions, that was kind of it for my draft team. Then on to my battle cards. My 3 cards that I dropped were 2 Enigmas that I ended up with in the draft pull, and then a Crash Landing that's obviously planes only, so I didn't need those. And then my 25 card deck, as you can see going through it, it's got a good amount of orange. There's really no completely dead cards here. A little more white than I probably would have liked, but other than that, everything's about, dealing damage while I can. The cards that came in really handy. Oh, Tooth and Claw, I guess, is the dead card here. I ended up keeping that instead of the other cards. So I guess out of the 28 cards that I drafted, 4 of them were not really doing anything in my deck. Tooth and Claw did give me an orange pip though, so I decided to keep that. But besides that, pulled the double orange pips where I could. Energized Field was huge because I basically, in 2 of my matches, and we were playing a couple games against each opponent, I was able to put an Energized Field onto Hot Rod, which was nice because the deck was so orange heavy. When Hot Rod was getting beaten up starting out with the tough one, he was consistently doing a damage while alive as a target, and then again once he died, flipping him into bot mode back and forth to get that extra damage every couple turns, along with the rapid convergence helped. Mining Pick is always good, obviously. Other than that, it was just kind of a standard let me get some damage on my opponents. And yeah, so with that deck, I was able to go 3-1 in the draft. I got to play 4 out of the 5 opponents. And then at the end of it, we ended up playing some constructed, and I borrowed someone's Constructicon deck to play. So my ending for the day, my record was 4-1. And I've got 6 packs left from the draft as prize for how well we did. And I'm going to go ahead and open them on camera to see kind of what my next pulls might be. So we'll go ahead and get started here. I think if I'm talking about the drafting thing, like I said on Wave 1, I loved drafting. I was hoping to film this, but I wasn't able to again. I'm hopefully eventually I'll figure out all the technical stuff so I can actually film the game. Ooh, Stunticon starting out, nice. Drag Strip, love Drag Strip. And yeah, they form the leg. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that as a character card. And we'll leave the battle cards for later. I want to run another draft tournament, and I've got, as you can probably see, I've got the booster boxes to do that. A couple of those are just my personal ones. But next time I do it, because we do have a number of dead cards like Enigmas and the combiner battle card specifics, and then, you know, starred battle cards and things like that. Hey, Blue Streak. So the only person in the tournament who beat me was running a Bumblebee Warpath Blue Streak deck. And Blue Streak, I mean, swinging with 5 is not bad at all. They weren't able to get their ability off for Blue Streak, but Bumblebee, his ability, Common Bumblebee, I felt was very strong in a draft format. And he's beefy enough that I had problems getting through to him. But yeah, next time we do this, I want to do a 6-pack draft to try and allow people to build up combiners, and then get some more stars on their team. Ooh, nice. Fireflight. Aerial bot. One of the players ended up only having 15 stars with 3 characters. They played like all three of the aerial bots on their team. And I don't know how well they did overall, but I felt like with 6 character cards to choose from, that wouldn't happen in the future. Oh, this one's being difficult. There we go. Ooh. Oh. Oh, nice. So we hadn't gotten any. So right, I had the 2 rares, Grimlock and Swoop, and then Warpath. So that's 3 rares. I'm trying to think if there was another one in the booster box, but that is awesome. I love Windblade, and man, that makes me really happy. That's awesome. I am a sucker for Windblade character. I think I have every Windblade mold. I don't have the SDCC exclusive Combiner Wars Windblade Redeco. I don't have that color, but that was a repaint of her original toy mold. I have her original mold, the Japanese version, because that had so much a better paint job, and then her Fort Max paint job, which I really, really liked. And then I bought the Titan's Return Windblade also. I want to paint that into Brave Max colors eventually. But that's exciting. That's really awesome. Put stuff away. Hey, Silverbolt. So that is 2 aerial bots. Nice. And yeah, as you can see, I am bending these guys. I don't really care about they seem plenty durable. I'll be sleeving them up shortly, but for now, Vangelis did a great video. Shout out to him. He stress tested these bad boys, so I'm not worried. And Ironhide. Oh, nice. So I wasn't too happy with the starter set Ironhide. So this guy, he's got Bold, and then yeah, he's another Sentinel. So when this is in your KO area and you flip, he gives the Pierce 2, which is nice. That's really nice. Ironhide seems like an easy choice for starting out dead on a Sentinels deck. But yeah, so in terms of characters, you know, that is... Got some more Combiner guys, got a Blue Streak, and the big pull is the Windblade. That just makes me happy. And I think there are 4 super rares in here, Windblade, Starscream, and then the 2 triple chainers. So that's awesome. Let's go ahead and look at these battle cards. So yeah, for me, this was a very successful draft. Spare parts, confidence. I like confidence. That's like the Autobot swindled, right? Security console's nice. Fling. Oh, Predacon Enigma. I got to get more Predacons. Pep Talk standard draw 2. That's probably going to go in my Nemesis deck at some point. And superior plating. Oh, that's the tech research. I kept getting tech researches in the draft format, and I was confused by what I remember. It did something, but the way the card says it seems like it doesn't do anything. But you need tech research to play the different upgrades. Vaporize, cooling vents. I like cooling vents, but I don't really run a ton of range characters. Handheld blaster. Escape Route. Bad Attitude is the rare. I think Bad Attitude's unfortunately not that great a rare. Sonic Scramble. Sonic Scramble I like. And then Evasive Maneuvers. Nice. But yeah, I had, as I said previously, man, I'm not keeping track of where stuff is. And I'm probably knocking my camera around. A ton of fun with the draft. Thanks again to everyone who came out. It was awesome. Let's see. Improvise Shield. Testify. Field Repair. Vaporize. Ancient Wisdom. I like Ancient Wisdom. I got a couple Unleashed Potentials that I could have drafted, but I didn't see any Ancient Wisdom, so I wasn't sure about pulling those. But nice. Very nice. And Improvised Shields, you can never go wrong with double orange pips. I've got so many of those cards, but I don't care. Like, I do love building me some spare decks. I like having just a deck assembled and sleeved for whatever I want to play. I don't like the mixing and matching between decks if I can avoid it. Oh, Enforcement Batons I love. I really liked this card in my deck. I could see myself playing this a lot. Just scrapping an enemy weapon is really strong. An orange pip and a +1 attack is just nice standard food for a weapon set. Field Communicator, it's nice. Surprise Attack, I actually didn't use as much as I thought I would. Field Repair. Heavy Handed. One of your characters gets +2 attack until end of turn. While it's attacking an enemy this turn that has fewer stars and it has Pierce 4. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So once you're combined up and you've got a star count, that's got to be pretty nice. I feel like that also works really well in a Metroplex deck. It's only one pip, which is a little unfortunate. Enemy Combat Analysis and Universal Network Access. Just draw 3 cards for 1 battle star. Nice. Let's see what the last 2 packs are. Man, I am happy. That is 2 drafts now that I've gotten a super rare while drafting. The first time was my second Nemesis I pulled, and now Windblade. I'm sure that at some point I gotta get a pretty terrible booster box to Fog of War. Oh, cool. I like Fog of War, especially I was playing against a Shockwave deck that Fog of War, I mean, it goes well in the Shockwave deck, and then it also went well against the Shockwave deck to prevent them from pulling too many cards in their hand, because I was going pretty low on cards. And a Noble's Blaster. I wish these were a little better than they actually are. I don't. I mean, I guess it probably is pretty good, and then the Pierce is bonus. But I felt myself missing that Pierce when I was playing the Scoundrel's Blaster. Cooling Vents, Bashing Shield, Underhanded Tactics, Confidence, Master Plan. Ooh, I like Master Plan. Plan 6. That is, and it's put up to 6, so I love that. Like, that just seems like a standard great card to stack things with, especially when you're going bold heavy, or tough heavy, I guess, because it's either way. Although bold would be the way to do it. Scrounge is nice, and yeah, Sparring Gear. So that's it for my first time playing through with Wave 2 sealed format. The draft was so much fun. Clearly very rewarding. I don't know how strong she is as a character. I mean, I guess it seems like people are playing combiner teams, so I'm glad I have the opportunity to build against a combiner team in the format. I've clearly got more booster boxes I gotta start opening up at some point, but I want to sleeve these first. And we'll call this video here. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Have a good night.